Okay, so today we are going to make something that I grew up with. We're going to make baklava. And my aunt used to make this every single Christmas. And everybody just watched her and just in awe, just waiting for it to be done. So that's what we're going to make today. And it is very, very simple. It's not complicated at all. So I hope that you maybe will start this as a tradition in your family. So right now, I'm taking 2 sticks of butter, and we're going to just put it on the stove and let it melt. Okay, so while the butter is melting, we're going to chop up some walnuts, and also I'm going to use pecans. Now, traditionally, baklava is walnuts. But you could add half and half, walnuts and pistachios or almonds. And I'm just going to do it 2 cups of walnuts and 2 cups of pecans. Okay, that's the texture that you want, just like this. Okay, so our nuts are all chopped, and you want to add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and a half a cup of sugar. And you just want to mix this all up and just set it aside. Okay, so now what you need is to get some phyllo dough, and it looks like this. And basically it's just almost like paper. And I'm going to put it in a 9 by 13 cake pan. And this dries out really quick, so we need to just keep it covered with the plastic or a very, very damp rag, because you don't want this wet at all. So we're going to measure our pan that we're using, whatever size that you're using, and we'll cut it to that. And it's frozen in the store, and so you can unthaw it in your refrigerator. So I'm basically just going to lay my pan here, and I'm going to cut it to the size. And you'll have leftovers. As you can see, it's really nice and big. So you'll have leftovers, and you can make appetizers with phyllo dough, all kinds of things. Okay, so what I'm going to do is the melted butter that we did. You just want to brush the bottom all over with butter, and you just want a nice thin layer. Okay, so now we will start with the first layer, and see, this is it, because this is how easy this rips. But don't worry, there's lots of layers. But it just happens. It's just so paper thin. So then what you want to do is put butter, a thin layer, on each one of these sheets. And you want to make sure you get all of the sheet, because if you don't, then the phyllo dough is dry, and you don't want that at all. So we're going to put 6 sheets down, all on top of each other. Then we'll put the nuts. Then we'll put 6 more down, and then some more nuts. And then we'll put 6 more down. So now we're just going to take some of the nut mixture, and we're going to sprinkle this all over. And I'm just taking a cup. And sprinkling it all over, so be probably about a cup and a half. Just kind of shake it all over. If you see that you need more, then you put more down. And then we start again, and we do 6 more layers. And put the butter on it, just the nice light coat. Okay, so this is the next set of the 6 layers. So now we're going to put on the nuts again. So we'll get a cup and just start sprinkling around. Now we'll start on the last layer at the top. Okay, so all the layers are on, and now we're going to cut it. And traditionally you cut it in a diamond shape. So I'm kind of going like this and figuring out my cuts. So I'm gonna go like this on the top. We're gonna go this way first. And I'm hoping it will turn into diamonds. Okay, so it is all cut, and in the oven it's gonna go, and we'll see it in about 55 minutes. Okay, so while the baklava is cooking, we're going to make the yummy honey syrup that's going to go on top of it after we take it out of the oven. So here's a cup of water and a half a cup of sugar, and we're going to put this on the stove and bring it to a boil, and then turn it off, and we'll set it aside until it's all done. So you also want a cup of honey. So here's the cup of honey, and then we're going to take 1 lemon, and we're going to squeeze that in. And if you want, you can zest your lemon and put some zest in it also. And we're just going to bring it to the boil, and then we'll make sure everything is dissolved, and then we'll take it off. Okay, so look at how beautiful this is. Just came out of the oven. So right now is when we put on our syrup. And I'm going to be quiet so maybe you'd be able to hear the sizzle. Oh. You hear the beautiful sizzle? Oh, this is gonna be so good. So I have some nuts that are left over. So I'm just going to top it just with some nuts on top. Just sprinkle a few on. Wow. So pretty. See? Okay, I cannot wait to get into this, even though it is so hot. But I'm going to show you what it looks like. It is fantastic. There are so many diamonds to pick from. I'll pick right in the center, because that's my favorite. Centers of everything are my favorite. So crunchy. So if you have never had this, if you have never made it, you have to. It is a beautiful, beautiful Christmas treat. Look at that. How beautiful. Look at this. So nice. And it's going to be so crunchy, and see all the nuts. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming into my kitchen today. And maybe you can make this and start this your tradition. We'll see you next time.